Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening show today. And in this Cricket Happening show, there are three things that you are going to look at. One is the second day's play in the match between Bangladesh and Pakistan, where Bangladesh continued to struggle not only with the ball and in the field, also with the bat, as Pakistan amassed a huge score of 557 runs, where they declared at tea time on 557 for 8, and then the Bangladeshi batsmen were all at sea against the Pakistani bowlers as they lost their 5 wickets for 107 runs going into the third day. The close on the first day's play, Bangladesh had 107 on the board for the loss of 5 wickets. So essentially they are trailing by 450 runs. But the important thing for Bangladesh now, with the balanced 5 wickets that they have to score 357 runs to avoid the follow-on. They are still, I would say, they are still within 357. In fact, they have to score. So it essentially means that they require another 200 and almost 250 runs to get to that target of 357, which will be the first time they were to follow on. So definitely Pakistan absolutely on the driver's seat here going into the third day. Then as far as IPL matches were concerned, well, one match which was very exciting was between Rajasthan Royals and Sunrisers Hyderabad. With Sunrisers Hyderabad, for the first time we saw that normally the Sunrisers Hyderabad are totally dependent on Shikhar Dhawan and David Warner, the captain, as far as opening, but we see that the middle order was shaky. There was not much support coming in, but today it was not to be. Support definitely came in, and it came in a big way from Morgan, who smashed 63 towards the end of just 28 balls with 4 fours and 5 sixes to take the Sunrisers Hyderabad to a big score of 201 for 4. And I thought Rajasthan Royals definitely made a real fist of it. Initially it was Stephen Smith and Faulkner. Sanju Samson joined the party, and the match was still exciting. It was really going down to the wire when Chris Morris surprised everybody by smacking 3 sixes in a single over of the bowling. I thought it was Pravin Kumar who was disappearing. In fact, Bhuvneshwar Kumar was hit for sixes by Samson, and that was the time when Rajasthan Royals needed 57 runs to win the match, where Sanju Samson hit 2 sixes of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Chris Morris hitting 3 consecutive sixes of the bowling of Pravin Kumar, and both are good bowlers, remember that. And the match became very exciting, and finally, even though it was within reach, Chris Morris had to hit 2 sixes to tie the match. Well, he couldn't, and Sunrisers Hyderabad won the match by 7 runs against the Rajasthan Royals. So that would be one big victory, I would say, for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and they'd be pretty happy with that effort. Okay, so that is one thing. And another match which was played was a comfortable victory for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Kolkata Knight Riders ran up a score of 171 for 7 of their 20 overs, and the Delhi Daredevils definitely they tried to challenge the total, but in the end they finished 13 runs short of it as they lost the match to Kolkata Knight Riders. Well, but first and foremost, let's head on to that international fixture, where on the second day's play, Pakistan continued to pile on the agony. In fact, Bangladesh got an early breakthrough going into on the second day of this test match, and Misbah-ul-Haq was an early victim today in the morning when he tried to sweep Shakib Al Hasan and he swept into his stumps. He was gone for 9, but the person who followed him was Asad Shafiq. Asad Shafiq was having the company of Azhar Ali at the other end. Azhar Ali was totally confidence personified. He was the rock around which this whole Pakistani innings was built, as he kept on chiseling runs. And he got a very good partner in Asad Shafiq, who showed some very good strokes of rare pedigree, and both started really chiseling down runs, which they did it. And basically, as far as Azhar Ali was concerned, well, He was always waiting for a loose opportunity to unwind. Other than that, he was absolutely on the defensive mode. And but in doing so, there was another double century partnership that happened as far as for the sixth wicket, as 250 runs, more than 250 runs. In fact, they joined when the score was 323 when Misbah-ul Haq was out. So it is a 227 runs partnership. It's the second double century partnership in this innings for Pakistan. And both started, as far as Asad Shafiq was concerned, he was pretty sure when he was playing the spinners. He was moving his feet very well to the spinners. Azhar Ali at times could get down the ground and slap the spinners for a six, and also hitting some very good boundaries, some classy boundaries. And this partnership continued to blossom with 227 runs being yielded for the sixth wicket. And then finally the wicket to fall was Asad Shafiq. Asad Shafiq was out for 107, his fourth test century. So I wouldn't know, I'm not really sure about the statistics there, but Asad Shafiq got to his century. He got 107 with 9 fours and 1 6, but that monumental knock came from Azhar Ali, who went on to score his maiden double test century there. What a moment for him. He became the captain of the Pakistan team and the one-day international T20s, even though he didn't have a good time. But here, Azhar Ali, as you know, he's really made out to be a test batsman. One probably looks at Azhar Ali as far as Pakistan is concerned. For me, he looks like another Zahir Abbas, who is looking like the young Zahir Abbas here, Azhar Ali. And he made, probably Zahir Abbas was more graceful, but Azhar Ali, well, probably lacks a bit of grace. But Zahir Abbas, the former Pakistani great player Zahir Abbas, was absolutely graceful, as one would remember, the bespectacled Zahir Abbas, as one would know him. But I think Azhar Ali is almost following on those footsteps, as he made 226 runs with 24s and 2 sixes, his maiden test double century. Sarfraz Ahmed chimed in with an unbeaten 21 of as many balls with 3 fours. Wahab Riaz was out for Tajul Islam, and Yasir Shah was also LBW bowled, Tajul Islam for naught. But Pakistan continued to pile on the agony for the Bangladeshi bowlers as they amassed a huge score of 557 for 8. And as we know, a lot of bowlers, all the bowlers were used, barring Mushfiqur Rahim and Tamim Iqbal, all the other bowlers bowled. And as far as the main wickets were concerned, Tajul Islam bowled a good line, 15 overs, 3 minutes, 179 runs and 3 wickets for him. 2 wickets to Mohammad Shahid. Shaukat Ahum took 2 wickets and 1 wicket to Shakib Al Hassan. Now, as far as Bangladesh were concerned, this was something very interesting. Bangladesh were faced with a huge target, but their confidence would have been sky high, especially considering that they did that big revival there where they had a record opening partnership. But nothing of that sort was done today. There was definitely some good movement for the opening pace bowlers, Junaid Khan and Imran Khan, Wahab Riaz in particular. But Junaid Khan was the man who was moving the ball both ways. And in the very first over itself, Tamim Iqbal, who had scored heavily in the previous test match, was really struggling. It was all at sea against Junaid Khan, with Junaid Khan moving the ball away from Tamim Iqbal, and Tamim Iqbal was getting tempted. But then finally came that in-dipper from Junaid Khan, which sent Tamim Iqbal on his way to the pavilion, and Tamim Iqbal was gone for 4. So in fact, Junaid Khan drawing first blood in the very first over by testing Tamim Iqbal, and Bangladesh were 4 for 1. When Tamim Iqbal was gone to the 4th delivery. In came Mominul Haq to join Imrul Kais at the other end. Imrul Kais and Mominul Haq slowly pushed the scoring along, even though there was some very good bowling, I thought, from Imran Khan. More than Imran Khan, I thought Wahab Riaz was pretty good, and things were going on for the Bangladeshis. They were slowly pushing the score along to 38, and that was the time the wicket fell. But Imrul Kais was also looking pretty strong at the other end. He was also smoking some boundaries. In fact, he went on to hit 4 boundaries in a single over of the bowling of Junaid Khan, but then Mominul Haq was a victim. Now, the problem for the Bangladeshi batsmen was that Junaid Khan was really testing them. He was moving the ball away from them, and we were seeing that Bangladesh were definitely doing a lot of fishing. And finally we saw Mominul Haq poking at the delivery from Junaid Khan, which was moving away from him. Sarfraz Ahmed made no mistake behind the stumps. Mominul Haq was walking back to the pavilion, caught Sarfraz Ahmed, bowled Junaid Khan for 13 with 2 fours, which made the score 38 for 2. And as I said, Imrul Kayes opened up with some 4 boundaries of a Junaid Khan over, but that was it. Once Yasir Shah, and then we saw that the spinner Yasir Shah was introduced into the attack, and Yasir Shah produced a beautiful delivery. In fact, he beat Imrul Kayes, who was watching the ball, was beaten by the flight of the delivery, and what a good delivery. He had a lot of dip there from Yasir Shah, and Imrul Kayes was walking back to the pavilion as Yasir Shah, beating him through the flight, had clean bowled Imrul Kayes for 32 with 6 boundaries, which made the score 69 for 3. In walked in Mahmudullah to join Shakibul Hasan at the other end, and Shakibul Hasan would have also been gone to the pavilion, but unfortunately Yunus Khan dropping him on the bowling of Yasir Shah. So, but then Mahmudullah was tested by Wahab Riaz, who was really bowling with lots of pace, and then finally Wahab Riaz produced that lethal delivery that he is known for. As he got some extra bounce out of the wicket, the ball really rose on to Mahmudullah, almost coming to the throat level, and Mahmudullah, all that he could do was fend at the delivery. The ball took the top edge and ballooned into Azhar Ali, who took the catch gleefully, and Mahmudullah was gone 28 with 4 boundaries, and Bangladesh were 85 for 4. And then we had the two big names there, Shakib Al Hasan and Mushfiqur Rahim in the middle, and it all looked like Shakib Al Hasan, Mushfiqur Rahim, who are doing the job, would probably take them to, one thought that probably this was the pair which would to slowly take them to safety as far as the second day's play is concerned, and that is the time Yasir Shah struck. What a delivery from Yasir Shah. Mushfiqur Rahim, the previous delivery, he actually got a ball which actually ripped away after pitching on the off stump, and then the last delivery of the innings, in the sense it was the 5th over, it was the final over of the day, and the 5th delivery that Yasir Shah produced, what a beauty of a delivery. In fact, he fooled Mushfiqur Rahim. In fact, the ball actually pitched on the off and middle, but it was a googly which was bowled by Yasir Shah. Mushfiqur Rahim knew nothing about it. On the other hand, Mushfiqur Rahim wanted to try to cut it, but the ball had gone to shatter the stumps, and Mushfiqur Rahim was gone for 12 with 3 fours, and it left Shakib Al Hasan not out on 14, guarding the, surviving for the morrow there. He was not out on 14 with 1 4, and Bangladesh scored, especially considering that Mushfiqur Rahim was also out. It really put them put the innings into a real tizzy there at 107 for 5. Shakib Al Hasan was not out on 14 with 1 4, and some splendid bowling. So Pakistan totally dominating the test match till now, one could say. And look at the bowling figures. Junaid Khan was a thorough exhibition of pace bowling, moving the ball both ways with some very good pace and bounce. 6 overs, 2 maidens, 226, thoroughly deserved it. Imran Khan, 7 overs, none for 31. Wahab Riaz, 8 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 33. Yasir Shah has done a good turn for himself, showing a lot of guile there. 5.5 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 15. And Mohammad Hafiz, 1 over, which was a maiden. And let me tell you, Bangladesh 107 for 5. There's still a long way to go for them. They require another 450 runs to make Pakistan bat again. And not only that, and also look at the follow-on. They have to make 357 to avoid the follow-on, 250. And with Shakib Al Hasan is the big hope for them now to actually at least get them to that follow-on target of 357. Well, if Bangladesh can do something what they did in the previous test match, that would be great. But one has to wait and watch what really happens tomorrow on the 3rd day. And I think the 3rd day's play would be interesting and will also point as to what direction this match is going to go. Well, from here, let me let on from the international fixture on to the Indian Premier League. Let me take you down to that exciting match that happened between Rajasthan Royals and Sunrisers Hyderabad in the 41st match, which was played at the Brabant Stadium in Mumbai. Sunrisers Hyderabad were the ones who actually batted first, and once again, as usual as we have seen in the IPL, Sunrisers Hyderabad, the openers, especially the captain David Warner and Shikhar Dhawan, normally get off like a train, and that's what they precisely did today, with David Warner hammering boundaries at will of the bowling of Huda and Morris. At the other end, Dhawan was also doing the same. In fact, Dhawan was also going aerial and this partnership had biffed 48 for the first wicket in just 27 deliveries. But after that, the wicket started falling, with Watson picking up the wicket, David Warner making 24 of 18 deliveries with 5 fours, Shikhar Dhawan contributing a neat 54 of 35 deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes. Always the problem with Sunrisers Hyderabad has been the openers have been doing their job, but the balanced batsmen, the other middle order and the lower order has not been performing. But today it was not to be. Moises Enriquez contributing 20 of 21 balls with 3 fours, but the man who did it for them was Morgan, who really started getting into that big hitting mode that he is known for, as he clattered the grounds there, clattered it with lot of boundaries and sixes. In fact, he finished with an 63 of just 28 deliveries with 4 fours and 5 sixes. He went after Pravin Tambe, he went after James Faulkner. In fact, if you look at the bowling figures was totally ruined when Morgan came into the crease. 63 of 28 balls, 4 fours and 5 sixes. Bopara not out 17 of 12 balls with 2 fours. Oja was not out on 8 of 6 balls with 1 four. And Sunrisers Hyderabad went and sat on a total which was pretty good for them, and it proved so in the end, as they racked up 201 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. And look at the bowling. The bowling was punished mercilessly, one would say. Huda's 3 overs carted for 34 runs. Morris 4 overs went for 38. Dawal Kulkarni 2 overs none for 19. Shane Watson 3 overs was taken to the cleaners, 36 runs and 2 wickets. And then James Faulkner 4 overs no maiden 1 for 37. Tambe also got a real tap here today for a change. 4 overs no maiden 1 for 32. As far as the Rajasthan Royals were concerned, they were given a target of 202 to win. Well, the start was not good. They lost Ajinkya Rahane early in the piece to the bowling of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar for 8 of 6 balls with 2 fours. Watson could contribute only 12 of as many balls with 3 fours. And they also lost Karun Nair cheaply to the bowling of Moises Enriquez for 4. And Huda, the big hitter, was sent back to the pavilion by Karan Sharma for 7. And that made the situation much more difficult for the Rajasthan Royals, with the score on 77 for 4. But when James Faulkner came in and joined Stephen Smith at the other end, who was smoking boundaries there, and then James Faulkner and Stephen Smith indulged in some real frenetic hitting there, because from 77 the score started galloping, I would say. Because if you look at it, it was 45 runs added in a span of probably 4 overs. So it was pretty good going, and the ball was really traveling to the boundary very, very quickly. And then finally, when this was going on, that was the time Bopara picked up a big wicket, and that was the captain Stephen Smith, who was clean bowled by Bopara for 68 of 40 deliveries, 9 fours and 2 sixes. Faulkner contributing 30 of 19 balls, 2 fours and 2 sixes. But the task was getting more and more onerous for them, because when 3 overs were left, another 57 runs were still required to get, and the man at the crease was Sanju Samson with Stuart Binney. But Sanju Samson and the bowlers who were bowling were the best bowlers, Pravin Kumar and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar at one end, who were pretty good bowlers at the death. And suddenly we saw a fuselage of runs coming in as Sanju Samson slammed Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar normally is a very difficult bowler to hit, but Sanju Samson, well, he did it in a wonderful fashion, as he slammed him for 2 consecutive sixes, and suddenly the equation turned. Some 57, 3 overs, 57 runs. Sanju Samson playing a good hand of 21, but the man who surprised everybody, and then Sanju Samson was sent on his way back, bowled by Kumar for 21 of 10 balls with 3 fixes. Very quick cameo there. And then Stuart Binney and Morris. Stuart Binney couldn't do much. He only faced 3 balls, but Morris was the one who was taking the brunt of the attack. And what a knock from Morris. Morris went down fighting, I would say. He was the sole hope for the Rajasthan Royals, as the match suddenly would have really sent a sort of a real flutter for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, as Rajasthan Royals' Chris Morris smoked the ball into all parts of the ground. In fact, he went after Pravin Kumar, another bowler who normally is a very economical bowler. Pravin Kumar would have probably not believed it, as Chris Morris hit 3 consecutive sixes of him. He picked him up and deposited him over the long on region, you name it, and Chris Morris 3 6s was pretty surprising. He followed it with 2 boundaries, and well, he was there in the end. But again, the task was getting much more complex at the time. With the last over, probably they required much more than that. Probably it was, if I'm not wrong, it was almost I think it was almost 15 to 20 runs they required, and it really proved beyond them. And then Morris was left with hitting 2 sixes in the 2 final balls that were bowled of the bowling of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, but he couldn't do that. But I thought Bhuvneshwar Kumar really held his nerve in the final over to come back hard and saw to it that his team would win the match. And what a match here. Chris Morris smoking an unbeaten 34 of 11 balls, 2 fours and 3 sixes. Binny was not out on 3, and that was the end of the match, with Rajasthan Royals losing the match by 7 runs. But what a match we had. Rajasthan Royals really giving the spectators the value for money there with this wonderful chase that they had. Looking at the bowling, Bhuvneshwar Kumar normally is a very good bowler. He was really taken apart. 4 overs, 44 runs, 3 wickets into his name. Praveen Kumar also got some severe beating. 4 overs, no maiden, none for 40. Ishan Sharma, 3 overs, 1 for 25, didn't bowl the 4th. Karan Sharma, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 28. Enriquez, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 29. And Bopara, 3 overs, no maiden, 1 for 22. Morgan, taking the man of the match award, truly deserved it. He was the one who took this Sunrisers Hyderabad to a score of 200. And then finally, even though they had to really fight out of their skins, they finally got there. Now the next match that I'm going to talk about, the final match, was between Kolkata Knight Riders and Delhi Daredevils. Now Kolkata Knight Riders were the ones who actually won the match by 13 runs. They batted first, putting on 171 for 7 of their 20 overs. It was a really rapid start as usual from Robin Uthappa and Gautam Gambhir. Robin Uthappa in particular hitting a lot of boundaries. Uthappa scoring 32 of 31 deliveries, 4 fours and 1 6 for him. Gambhir making 12 of 10 balls with 2 fours, and then everyone chipping in. Pandey chipping in 22 of 19, 1 4 1 6. Chawla 22 of 19, 1 4 1 6. But Yusuf Pathan was the one who was there till the end, because they lost a few wickets. They lost those big hitters pretty cheaply in the form of Andre Russell was out for 5, and Surya Kumar Yadav was not out on 7 towards the end. So then Yusuf Pathan was the man who finally was there to take this Kolkata Knight Riders to 171 for 7 with his big hitting. As he finished with he made 42 of 24 balls, 3 fours and 3 sixes. Botha did a good job in the end, contributing in. He was run out for 17 of 5 deliveries. He had 4 fours in that knock of 17, and Kolkata Knight Riders went on to a winning target of 171 for 7 of their 20 overs. Now, as far as the bowling was concerned, Zahid Khan 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 34. Morkel 3 overs, 1 for 25. Dumini 1 over, none for 16. Amit Mishra none for 20. Imran Tahir 4 overs was very, very costly. He was taken for 46 runs of his 4 overs. 2 wickets to show there. Matthews 2 overs, none for 13. And Yuvraj Singh 2 overs, no maiden, 114. Delhi Daredevils chasing 171 runs, 172 to win. Well, the start was not, I wouldn't say, they were really keeping in terms with the run rate, I would say, because the run rate to get was 8.55 runs per over. But I thought still the Delhi Daredevils openers, Manoj Tiwari and Shreyas Iyer in particular, who has been very, very impressive. I mean, he's playing his first IPL, but you know the amount of runs he has scored. He's been in some tremendous form, and Shreyas Iyer once again showed his ability to play. And the stroke of Chawla, when he actually lofted him for 6, was a real treat to watch. Manoj Tiwari was also doing very well, and both put on 63 for the first wicket in 9.5 overs. From that, Manoj Tiwari contributed 25 28 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6, but Shreyas Iyer was there. He played some very, very good strokes, hit the spinners off their line by contributing 40 of 35 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes. Dumini clubbed 25 of 16 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. Jadhav making 10 of 6 balls, 1 4, and then it was and you know, in fact, Delhi Daredevils were trying to get the runs, but the man who really spoiled the party was none other than the Piyush Chawla, the right arm leg spinner, who came in and saw to it that he was allowing the batsman to go for the strokes. He was flighting the delivery. The batsman was accepting the bait, but in the process, with a big score to really chase, the Delhi Daredevils were throwing their bats around, and Piyush Chawla was the one who was picking up the wickets. Piyush Chawla took the wicket of Tiwari, he had the wicket of Dumini, he had the wicket of Jadhav, and Yuvraj Singh was dismissed for a blob by Piyush Chawla, as Piyush Chawla finished with 4 wickets for 32 runs, and he also took the Man of the Match award. After that, Matthews and Saurabh Tiwari tried to see whether they could do something out of it, but again, it was even though they did that bit, I thought they had 32 runs pretty quickly, but again, that was not enough. They definitely they were the big ones who had to actually remain at the crease, but unfortunately that didn't happen, as it was Russell who picked up Angelo Matthews' wicket by clean bowling him for 22 or 15 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. But Saurabh Tiwari was there till the end, but really it didn't really matter, as Saurabh Tiwari, it was a task which was totally beyond him. 29 runs were required in the final over, and Saurabh Tiwari finishing not out on 24 for 15 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. Morkut was not out on 5, and Delhi Daredevils finishing 13 runs short of the target of 171 set up by the Kolkata Knight Riders to lose the match, and Kolkata Knight Riders were the winners. Piyush Chawla took the Man of the Match award. As far as the bowling was concerned, Umesh Yadav 4 overs known for 29, Russell 1 for 24. Sunil Narine came back after, as you would know, dear fans and subscribers, Sunil Narine was called for his action. The BCCI has told him that if once again he probably changed his action, I suppose. That was the reason he was removed. But now he has come back, but he has been given a warning. But if again he's going to change his bowling action by any chance, then any violation would lead to Sunil Narine never bowling again in the IPL, and that would be sad news. 4 overs no maiden, none for 30. Chawla 4 for 32. Hogg was also given some special treatment today after being so economical in the previous games in the IPL. 3 overs none for 27, and today, in fact, Sunil Narine and Hogg and Chawla, all the spinners were playing. Both are 1 over none for 14. Piyush Chawla, man of the match. Well, dear fans, subscribers, tomorrow there will be another IPL match will be coming up between Chennai Super Kings and the Mumbai Indians. Will be a very good crunch match there, and also Ireland would be taking on an young England. As you know, England, a lot of hopefuls are playing tomorrow, like Sam Billings, Peter Willie, and certain other players. Adil Rashid has made it back into the English team, and England have already been bitten by the bug when they lost against the West Indies, and now today this is the tour where Ireland are going to play 2 matches against England, and it will be interesting to see how England shape up, because England are not playing on the full strength. They are playing with a team of full of hopefuls, I would say, and Ireland would be ready to go tomorrow. So one has to wait and see how the newbies from the perform for England. As I said, Adil Rashid making a comeback. We have other 2-3 players who are there, and it will be interesting to see how that really goes. Other than that, dear fans and subscribers, I think that is time for me to end my Cricket Happening show for today. I hope you all enjoyed it as you normally do. Thanks for your continuous company to the Cricket Happening show. Your host Ram will be seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.